same question. Do you have any foundational sort of like business tips for up and coming artists?
Yeah, if you're doing, is my personal one. You're doing all these gigs. You're getting paid money.
Cheers, whānau. Welcome back to Digging the Crates podcast. You're here with Darcy.
And Gibbs.
And here we are once again, bro. Another epi. A few things we want to unpack in this episode.
Yeah.
And sort of hopefully provide some insights on our own personal experiences. Not everyone will have the same experience, but here's just our version. And so, yeah, bro, how you been? All good?
Yeah, all good.
Nice.
Pretty excited for a lot of you to see what we've been up to. We've been cooking.
Oh, yeah.
But we're going to keep that for another time. Today's kind of podcast, we just want to highlight a few things. I don't know if I told you this, but I got quite a few comments on certain things that were said in episode 1. Good comments. Pretty much just people wanting to unpack some of the things we talked about in terms of music and wealth, music and money, music and like your hauora in this realm.
Yeah.
I think is fair. So speaking on that, we'll jump straight into the first question. And for the first question, I wanted to ask, what is one thing we wish we knew when we had started this game?
Yeah. That's a good question, bro. Well, first,
Straight
straight
in.
off the bat. One thing we wish we knew. One thing? Cool. There's so much to it. Like, you know, been sort of in this game now. Sort of really kicked off in 2009. So sort of been in it since then, dabbling. Particularly in the music scene, I sort of feel like I wish there was someone that was a guideline that's sort of like a roadmap. Like a roadmap that was sort of like, I want to be a successful music artist who has like banging hits. This is the lane to get there.
Yeah.
I just want to sing in bars and I want to be the most successful at that.
Yeah.
I want to be well known for that. See, this is my own experience. This is my own perspective. And then I just want to do like corporate gigs. I didn't even know what corporate gigs were, and you know, and you know, yeah, you're right. So I didn't know what corporate gigs were, and so just someone sort of speaking to us about, look, these are the different ways you can achieve being a successful artist or musician, singer. Another thing is agents. I've never been down the agent lane.
Yeah, neither.
Hopefully we can get someone on to talk about agents and what that looks like.
Vince, maybe?
Yeah. And so just someone really highlighting what the world could look like as a successful singer. And I'm sure actually, and what does success actually look like to you as an artist, right?
Yeah.
And we can unpack that a little bit later. But so just a real solid like roadmap, to be honest, about
Cool.
what lane can we go down and what's more suitable. You got to factor in if you're a family man, if you got children, a whānau of your own, full-time work. You know, how does becoming a successful artist and weighing up mahi, you know, all those.
So maybe that's why we didn't have anyone like that, because that's a big map. That road looked different to us 10 years ago as it does now. I'm quite similar. Another thing that I wish I'd known was how much of, I'll speak personally, like how much of my time is going to go into this. I wish I had known how much it was, because back then we were only learning music and doing music because it was a passion. We didn't have responsibilities. Yeah. Now I'm having to figure out how to prioritize mahi, family time, you know, all those things.
Yeah.
And I think I learned it the hard way, as in terms of like now I don't know how to switch it off. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I wish I had learned that when I was younger.
Right. So ultimately, you're just speaking about like you've done it for so long now. It's like the preset is to just go hard and heavy all the time,
Yeah.
and not really knowing how to balance everything else in your life, right?
Yeah.
So would it be nice to have mentors around who like,
Yeah. And we had mentors, but there were just some things that were missing in the equation that we didn't know were missing until we had to become mentors ourselves, I guess.
100%.
It's a crazy game.
Crazy game.
But that point you spoke on just before that, what was that again?
So define success as an artist. I suppose the question is, what does success as an artist look like to you, bro?
The golden question. I have my own personal view on what success looks for me,
Share it, bro.
but I think every artist needs to have their own points of view on what success looks for them. Obviously, your success looks different when you're younger because you have one idol, say, that you look up to, and I want to be like this person who's a rock star. Nowadays, like for me, that rock star image isn't
Seen. Oh, it's not.
it's not seen.
really
It's
a
almost
thing.
not feasible
Yeah,
anymore
yeah.
because the market's so huge. You obviously you still have your rock stars, but like, bro, I can't name the 10 big fellas that are little something, BX pop, blah blah. You know what I mean? And they're rock stars in their own sense. But the sea in the pond is so big now. Like, bro, who is this alphabet?
Yeah. 100%.
But I think one kind of clear goal that a lot of musicians share is making a living off music.
Yeah.
And that in itself, a lot of us have that goal, but we don't drive that lane.
Yep.
Our goal is to be living off music, but we're only gigging at pubs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's all we know.
Yep.
And I think that's one way to burn out real quick. Only having one stream of where I'm going to make this living off. And if we break down, make a living off music, like I've never thought about it till this year. Making a living off music means and you shouldn't have to feel selfish or ashamed to say this, but making a living off music means making money for myself off my music. I feel like a lot of us don't want to say that because making heaps of money, you're not allowed to say that. You know, we grew up thinking, bro, I want to make $1 million. Ooh, you know, don't be that guy. All rich people are, I almost swore. All rich people are selfish and bad, you know? Maybe it's just the rich people we've seen on TV. Because we don't really know a lot of rich people, you know? Our idea of a rich person comes from other avenues.
Yeah.
So making a living off music, sorry, I'm tangenting.
That's good.
Making a living off music for me is just being okay with making money however I have to. Obviously legally and morally.
Yeah. I think you're talking about tax, bro. So taxes, it's funny. Do your taxes, man. Do your taxes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'll speak directly. If you're watching this, I'll speak directly to you now. Have you thought about making a t-shirt because of your music? Have you thought about writing a book because of your music? Have you thought about teaching someone else for your music? Have you thought about giving value to someone else, not thinking about yourself for your music? You know, these are a lot of things that I'm only learning now. Like, I haven't thought about it. And to me, that's my point of view on what success looks like as a musician in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Whoo-wee.
Man, you pretty much took up half the...
Yeah, sorry guys.
Yeah. That's all right.
Cameras are going to stop recording.
No, that's dope, bro. And yeah, similar views. And like, for me, bro, like being a successful artist now, yeah, like you say, it's changed now from what it used to be. It used to be like, want to be known, want to be that guy that's all over social media that people are liking liking, sharing, fame, I suppose.
Same.
The popular guy. But as you sort of progress in life, you start to realize, okay, well, I do have a dream to make a living off my music or being an artist. Now, I'm not as musically inclined as many other artists and musicians out there who can use their skills to make music and close to making a living off it or making a living off it. I've found other avenues and other ways to sort of make an income. I don't live off being an artist, but the ultimate dream is to. But my view is, I may not know how to play instruments or anything like that, but I've found, like you said, other avenues. So as a musician or as a singer, I thought of how can I use my passions of creating events. So I sort of went about trying to make an income that way, or looking at how I could make an income that way by creating events, ticketed events where people would come, pay for tickets, set up gigs and things like that. Now there's a lot of logistical stuff in there, like, having to pay musicians and things like that. But it was tough, and I learned what not to do next time and how to sort of progress on that. Now that is something I definitely want to do more in the future. I feel like I've done enough events to figure out how to profit. And so that's one way I feel like I can leverage off my artistry is by creating events for artists. That's one way. Another way that I've seen a lot of people go, and I've definitely thought about this, is going down the merchandise route. People making because it's real simple. Like, this stuff wasn't this easy sort of coming up, right? Like, you can access sort of merch stores for cheap, and then you can put your own branding on it.
Right. Custom tees.
Custom tees. Yeah. And they, and still pumping at the moment, custom tees.
Yeah.
Happy to. So that's just one thing. So in my mind, I'm thinking, yep, cool, sell it. Making events, and then I want to make merch that align with that, with that event. Cool. And that's just another stream that's of income that's feeding in. And then I think about sort of how do I capture the event to make the next event? And I'm thinking of media, right? That's social media. So now I'm building promotion and marketing tools, or using promotional and marketing tools of this one event to build the next one to make it bigger. And so now I've had to branch out, invest in camera gear to sort of, I'm not actually performing at my event. I'm now on the camera.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the sort of person you sort of unlock as you're sort of in this artistry game. Yeah. Just to sort of feed into your, to provide a revenue, I suppose. So you have to be multi-talented, and I feel.
Yeah. And right, that even goes back into like the first question of what I wish I'd known. Like, now he's bringing all this up. There's so many things you have to actually like either know what to do when you're starting as an artist, or like know what to start learning. Yeah. Especially now, like, bro, how old am I? I'm 33.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ouch.
I'm going to change that. I'm 23. And I had to learn how to use like my iPhone to its biggest capacity.
Right.
Like learning how to post on social medias. I was trash at the start of this year. And the cool thing is, like, I've been learning how to do that this year, like, as you know. And I've been talking to a lot of people, like, randomly that I haven't talked to in ages. And the first thing people have been saying is, bro, your content's, like, amazing. Which for me is like, yes, I learned it, Knowing how to run social media, how to do promos, how to some form Canva, how to use Canva, A lot of those skills that aren't musical, but we need to know how to do now,
That's a huge part
which
of,
is crazy.
right? That's a huge part of like being an artist these days.
Yeah.
Um,
Branding, like that is what it is.
digital
Branding.
media, all of that. That's sort of like as part of the package of becoming an artist.
Yeah. It's a part of the music package. Like, you want to be a music person.
Yeah.
You now need to know how to do these things.
And I don't know what the statistics are, and I'm not about to go down that route, but some people are just lucky to have people in their corner who know how to do all those things for them, so they can just focus on, their craft, which is singing or being the musician,
Great. But some of us don't have that to start
Must
with.
be nice. Must be.
Nice. And like, bro, we say all this, but like, we're not experts. This is just we're teaching as we learn.
Yep.
So don't come for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pause.
Scroll on.
Yeah, like we're learning too. Like this podcast started from these talks.
Yep.
Like keywords, passive income. Don't know what it looks like, but I know that this is an avenue, so we're going to try it.
Yep.
All these things, all learning.
Yep, 100%. Cool. Being an artist is always a work in progress, is what I'd say.
Yeah.
All right, always a work in progress. You always got to keep up with the game, the trends, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Stay sharp, Etefano. What's our next question, my bro?
So another question that we had was kind of why should music artists at least know some basic business things when it comes to their craft, and if you have any that you could share.
Yeah. Foundational business tips. Yeah. Okay. One thing I've learned is that being a singer, you may seem confident on stage, and off stage is a little bit different. So a key one is communication. Being able to communicate with people on and off the court, right? So communication's one. Learning about how to invoice, the simple, most basic things. Yes. And so that's one. What's another I had in mind? What I think, bro. Same question. Do you have any foundational sort of like business tips for up and coming artists?
Yeah, if you're doing, is my personal one. You're doing all these gigs. You're getting paid money. Tax, Etefano. Tax. You cannot run away from the tax, man. Don't act like no one's looking at your tax returns. Someone always is. I didn't know this back in the day, and I got hit really hard. So if you're getting into this business, make sure you either look at it, have someone who knows about it, just to keep you on top of those books when it comes to taxes. Because they come down hard if you ain't.
If you got questions about tax, feel free to get in touch with Gibbs. He can teach you what
someone
not
else.
to do. And to be fair, I went through the same thing. What even is tax? And things like that. So that's a real simple one that you should really learn. Learn about what that looks like for you, because that all comes into play around how much you would charge out, right? Your services, whether it be a performing artist, cameraman, digital media. It's all similar. So knowing what to do around taxes, 100%. And business tips. Yeah, I think those are the key ones for me that it's taken me a while to learn. Don't be too proud to ask about it, actually, as well.
Hard out.
When you're trying to be a musician, up and coming singer and stuff like that, and you're like, no, I don't want to ask because I don't want to look like I'm, like I don't know what I'm up to. When I do, on stage I do. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Anything to add to that, bro?
There's a lot more questions that I want to ask, but I think we'll cap it there for now and save it for another episode.
Awesome, bro. How much time do we have?
How much time you got? Okay. Final bonus question. What is your Mount Rushmore of R&B male artists of all time?
Male artists. Okay. I'm going to put yeah, I'm putting Usher up there. Usher's in my top 4. And then I'm going Stevie Wonder, 1000%. Ah, gosh. Yep, I'm gonna go. MJ is actually still up there.
King of Pop.
Yep. And I'm gonna throw a new one in there. Avery Wilson.
Wow, really?
Avery Wilson.
Okay. Okay, no, I do have some. I'll go.
Cool.
Oh, okay. Nah. Stevie Wonder, number 1, Stevie Wonder.
Yep.
Ty Dolla $ign is in there for me. But underrated, I reckon.
I want to change mine now.
Not underrated. He's worldwide. Stevie Wonder, Ty Dolla $ign, Music Soul Child, D'Angelo.
Cool. Neo Soul. Neo Soul.
Can you check that out?
That's Neo Soul.
I win because you had a King of Pop.
That was good. That was tricky.
Yeah, man. Anyway, we'll keep it there, bro. Great talk.
Yep.
I hope you guys found some value in some of the stuff we're talking about. Keep updated with our show. Had a blast. Thank you for watching Digging the Crates with Gibbs.
Darcy.
Cheers.